Miss Alka Kumari, Dr. Hari Prasad, Mr. Lakshmaya, Miss Reena Chopra, Professor Vivek Malik, Dean of Stake Office, and Professor Sanjeev Manas, Head of Electronics Department. And welcoming all to all esteemed faculties, students and staff to the sixth lecture in continuation to the Professor A.K. Kamal Memorial Lecture Series, which was successfully inaugurated in 2019.
We request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly join us on the stage.
To begin this auspicious occasion, we now proceed with the traditional lighting of lamp, symbolizing wisdom, purity, and the eternal pursuit of knowledge. It is a symbolic movement that signifies the dispelling of darkness and igniting of thought and enlightenment.
It's our honor to invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay, Dean SRIC, and Professor Sanjeev Manhas to stage on the honor.
This event is being conducted in the memory of Professor Aditya Kumar Kamal, an eminent researcher and the founder of Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at IIT Roorkee. It is now time to honor the legacy of visionary academician Professor A.K. Kamal. To present a detailed biography of his life and contribution, we would like to invite Professor Meenakshi Rawat.
Thank you very much. So it is my honor to introduce Professor Aditya Kumar Kamal. As we know, he was the founding head of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, IIT Roorkee. Professor Aditya Kumar Kamal was born in Kairana village of Muzaffarnagar district of UP. He received his bachelor's degree in physics from BHU and master's in science from Allahabad University. He also holds a master's degree in electronics and communication engineering from IISc Bangalore. He emigrated to England in early 1950s and worked as an engineer at Marconi Wireless and Telegraph Company, making advancements in radar technology. He then enrolled in the doctorate program at the prestigious Sorbonne University, University of Paris, and enrolled in classes to learn French so that he could complete his thesis, written and presented in French. He also worked toward a PhD in electrical engineering. In that, he has worked as a professor at Purdue University in W. Lafayette, Indiana, and later at University of South Carolina. He sharpened his skills with industry assignments during summers with leading organizations such as Bell Labs, Varian Associates, Center for Applied Physics at Johns Hopkins University, and MIT Lincoln Labs. At this point in his career, he decided to act on his desire to give back to his own country and decided to move back to India with the vision of creating a center of education related to electronics and communication engineering. He landed at University of Roorkee. As the chairman of his newly created Department of the Electronics Communication Engineering, he was successful in raising capital to construct a state-of-art education and research facility, including a 15-story communication tower. After substantial tenure at University of Roorkee, he left India and took on a visiting assignment at Engineering University, École Polytechnique in Grenoble, France. Following that, he moved to Boston as a professor at Boston University. Professor Kamal continued to defy the odds and worked all the way into his 90s. He had a passion for life and impeccable work ethic. The last day he worked as a chief engineer in the Argon Corporation at age of 92. It was the day before he passed away on April 18, 2018. He is survived by his wife Saroj Kamal, daughter Amrita Sharma, and two sons Pankaj and Arvind Kamal. Professor Kamal was an avid reader, loved technology and tinkering with all the latest devices. So with that, I introduce Professor Aditya Kumar Kamal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. We now have the privilege of hearing from Mr. Pankaj Kamal, the son of late Professor A.K. Kamal. He could not join us today, but he sent a video message to us. Let's listen to him.
Now we request our respected Dean Shrik to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Within the institute, these endowment lectures were started in all the departments in the memory of someone who started the department and they were pioneer in their field. And idea is to, of course, appreciate their efforts. They started the department. It's always difficult to initiate something. So we would like to appreciate as well as honor their efforts. And the philosophy of these endowment lectures is that it should be delivered by someone who is also pioneer in the field and can introduce about the state of the art of the field. Today, as a speaker, we have Dr. R.K. Upadhyay, CEO and Chairman Board CDOT, and he's going to speak about building indigenous communication technologies for Viksit Bharat. This is really an apt for today's world that we become self-reliant in the emerging technologies. And it is an immense pleasure as well as an honor for the institute that today we signed an MOU to start a center of excellence in the area of 6G, AI, as well as quantum technologies. We are already having a lot of collaboration with CDOT in the form of different TTDF projects. There are various projects given to the institute and doing well. And I'm sure through this new center of excellence, our collaboration will increase, and Dr. Upadhyay told that there won't be any dearth of funding through this center. So I request the faculty members that they should all come together and to start and give the proposals in these niche areas to CDOT through this center of excellence, so that we can build these indigenous technologies. Of course, we should always be realistic in our expectations also, and we have our own challenges. And being in academic institute, we have teaching and other things. We have our own challenges. From the CDOT side, you have different kinds of challenges. Our idea is, of course, to bridge the gap. There should be a communication. If there is a problem, we should try to resolve that also. From the administration side, I assure you that we will try our best efforts for the success of this center. And I hope that this would lead to really the development of these indigenous technologies. So with these words, we look forward to hear from the Dr. Upadhyay. And thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's now time for the introduction of our distinguished speaker of the day. We invite Professor Nagendra Pathak to introduce our eminent speaker, Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay.
So, very good morning to all of you, and very warm welcome to Dr. Upadhyay in his own institute. Although he is not an unknown figure in the area of telecommunication, but you can see a lot of youngsters who are beginning their careers, they are present here. So for their sake, it is important to read biography of Dr. Upadhyay. But he is an inspiration for all of us. He is an outstanding alumni produced by University of Roorkee. IIT Roorkee is taking ahead the legacy of University of Roorkee. And you know that our department was established in 1964 by respected Professor A.K. Kamal. So I'm reading his brief biography. Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay is an officer of the Indian Telecommunication Services, ITS, of Government of India. He is currently the Chief Executive Officer and Chairman Board, Center for Development of Telematics, CDOT, a premier R&D center of Ministry of Communication, Government of India. Prior to this engagement, Dr. Upadhyay has assignments which include Additional Director General and Head South India in Prasar Bharati, Deputy Director General in Department of Telecommunication, Government of India, and Advisor with Telecom Regulatory Authority, TRAI. He also worked as scientist in Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, Ministry of Defense. Dr. Upadhyay is a senior IEEE member. He is a member of Collaborative Activities Governance Board, CAG, of IEEE. He also serves as thematic lead of the expert network of the Digital Innovation Board of ITU. He is a founding and governing council member of Bharat 6G Alliance and steering committee member of the Apex Council of Bharat 6G Mission formed by Government of India. Dr. Upadhyay is co-chair of Quantum Communication Hub under National Quantum Mission and also chairman of Task Force for Quantum Migration in the country. He is member of the Apex Committee under the State Quantum Mission under the Quantum Valley initiative launched by Government of Andhra Pradesh. He is also a member of the Technical Advisory Committee of CDAC. Dr. Upadhyay is a governing council member of IETE, Telecom Center of Excellence, TCOE, and executive council member of Broadband India Forum, BIF. Dr. Upadhyay is also the member of Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, its National Committee on Electronics Manufacturing and National Committee on Telecom and Broadband, TSDSI Standing Committee on Standardization and Transposition, and has been the chairman of TSDSI Outreach Committee. He has been the chairman of the Working Group on Policy and Regulation for South Asian Regulators Council, STAR, SATRC, during 2011-12, the chairperson of Global Standard Symposium of International Telecommunication Union, ITU, held at WSA in New Delhi in October 2024. Dr. Upadhyay holds PhD in Corporate Strategy and Policy and MBA from IIM Bangalore, and he is MTech from Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Roorkee. So he was here since till 1986. So he is our alumni, you know, and we are proud of him. He is the winner of several awards, which include J.C. Bose Award by Ministry of Defense, National E-Governance Award by Government of India, CIO 100 Award by International Data Group, Deepak Chandra Jain Award by IIM Bangalore. During his tenure at Prasar Bharati, he received several awards in the name of the organization. Under his leadership in CDOT, the organization has received numerous prestigious recognitions, including 2 awards from ITU, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Award from DOT, Telecom Person of the Year Award, and Path Breaker of the Year Award from Voice and Data. Dr. Upadhyay has authored various papers in journals and articles in magazines and have delivered lectures at ITU and premier institutes. With this brief introduction of Honorable Dr. Upadhyay, I request him to deliver 6th A.K. Kamal Memorial Lecture. I am sure that we all will get benefited from his ideas and vision. You are most welcome, sir.
Yes.
Professor Vivek Malik ji, Dean R&D, Sri Manhas ji, ECE, faculty members, scholars, and my dear students. Good morning, everyone. I think it's really a great honor for me to stand before you, and a very nostalgic feeling I'm having because being passed out from the same department. In fact, in my speech, they had written your EC department. I told her, no, it should be our EC department. So I'm very, honored, privileged to be here in front of you. I would like to sincerely thank the director of the institute, Pan Sahab, Dean R&D, and Manhas ji for inviting me here. I think they read a very big biodata of mine, but what is most important in that is the degree I got from this institute. And this is the degree which, opened the door for me. I landed up from a village to this place, and, this institute showed me the door about the world, and my progress actually belongs to this institute. We are here today to celebrate the enduring legacy of Professor A.K. Kamal, who was the visionary in his field, who set up this department. a very profound academician, and whatever we discussed today, it is in his footsteps. We all share a shared goal of Viksit Bharat. I think our Honorable Prime Minister keeps talking about India becoming Viksit Bharat by 2047. We all know the developed economies have become developed because of the technological excellence. Unless until we achieve technological excellence, I think the path to developed nation is far from reality. And therefore, there have been a lot of efforts from the government that we should excel in technology. And there are a lot of schemes are coming up for promoting research, which some of the schemes I'll touch upon in my brief lecture. As was mentioned by Dean R&D, we have set up a Center of Excellence here, CDOT IIT Roorkee Center of Excellence. The purpose of that Excellence Center is to connect the R&D world of organizations like us, CDOT. I will also include MIT, DOT, with the academic community here, the faculty members, the PhD scholars, and the students. I think this will be a gateway for both of us. Like, we can reach out to the academic community through the COE, and you can reach out to us through that COE. What I'm going to talk about is what we are doing in CDOT and why the telecom is important. And the purpose of this talk is primarily to entice some of the young minds to come and join us. And this I say, I go to many IITs, I telling all of them, if we have to become a developed nation, I think the key lies with you. If you join multinationals, you might get more money, that's fine. But if you join some of the Indian companies, I'm not saying CDOT alone, please join Indian companies so that you contribute to the IP, Indian IP, you contribute to Indian GDP, you contribute to the welfare of this nation. Rather than that, you might get more money there, but I think from your part, a lot can be achieved by young minds, because if you really see what is happening in the today, most of the IPs are created in Bangalore, Noida, Gurgaon, Pune, Hyderabad, and most of it is appropriated elsewhere. We don't get anything out of it. The same IP returns back at 1:100 cost back to India or back to the world. There was one requirement that there is not enough funding, and therefore government has taken many initiatives to see that the funding is not a challenge. स्लाइडर कौन सा है स्लाइड इससे करना पड़ेगा ऐसे इससे होगा सब बटन बटन से इससे okay. So I would just like to show how the India telecom market has been shaped, and I don't want to focus on any of these things, but for the last one, 2025, if you see that we have been the consumers of the technology all these days. We import all the technologies. Even though talent is here, we continue to import technologies for our country. 2025 is a very historic moment for our nation. On 27th September, our Honorable Prime Minister launched Swadeshi 4G technology. And I'm proud to say that CDOT is CDOT's 4G, 5G core has gone through this technology. And this will be the first, telecom technology what India produced, and we have become the 5th nation in the world to have our own 4G and 5G. Currently, BSNL has launched 4G. By 1st of March, they will launch 5G or indigenous. Many people used to tell what is great when the word is talking about 6G, why are you talking about 4G? The beauty here is the 4G is ours, the control is ours, the software is ours, the IP is ours. Today it is, deployed in India, and tomorrow it holds the potential for export. Telecom is one of the very key sector. Why it is very key sector? Because if the telecom goes down, most of your communication, if the communication goes down, your defense, your finance, your power, public safety, education, healthcare, all these sectors will come down. And therefore, the control on the telecom technology is very, very important for the country, because as you may be aware that adversaries are attacking whenever there is a war kind of situation. The first attack is on telecom system. Why? Because if the telecom is brought down, your all communication channels are brought down. Even the strategic agencies today, even though they will have a private secure network, but they run on primarily on the telecom network. And therefore, protecting the telecom network is very, very important. And how do you protect? Unless until you have full control on the IP of the technology, you will not be able to control it. And therefore, what is happening, I think I saw in the morning many technologies are being developed in IIT Roorkee, and I'm very happy about that. Some of these technologies should definitely go into the actual system, and that is how the Center of Excellence will facilitate this particular thing. Now, this slide is very important. If you really look at the ecosystem of telecom, so first is the chip design, and then the chip fabrication. Then once you fabricate the chip, you do develop the product, and once you develop the product, it goes to the production system, like with the operators. The most of the value appropriation happens on the first vertical, that is the chip design, and that is why I was in the morning I was talking about that IIT Roorkee should really play a big role in designing the chips, like fabless designs, because the value appropriation happens in the first vertical. That is the chip design. You name the companies like Qualcomm, Broadcom, Intel, Marvell. There are so many companies which are all US based. Even though manufacturing may happen in TSMC or Global Foundry or those kind of thing, but the value what is appropriated is actually in the first block. And IIT Roorkee is a perfect place where we should actually invest into the first part, where the chip design happens. In the second part, India has done well. We have our ISM, India Semiconductor Mission. Under that, we are setting fabs in Gujarat and Assam and other places. So the second part is taken care. The first part also, I think India need to do quite a bit in terms of. I would also encourage the students and the faculty here to be part of the standards, because how the standards game work. You may be aware that as far as the telecom standards are concerned, these are drafted in 3GPP. Okay, and 3GPP is controlled by select few. And unless until we all participate into the standard making and see, so we are such a strong telecom market, one of the largest market in the world, and still in the standard making our say is hardly there. And therefore I'll encourage that, without getting into standards body, I don't know how many people participate in the standard making from IIT Roorkee. I think we should encourage students as well as faculty to go to the standard body meetings, and we can facilitate this through our COE. Look at this market. If you really see, the market is primarily controlled by three or four main, and we are hardly there. And on the right side, if you see the telecom equipment export, we have shown some entry. India has appeared there. It was not there a few years back. The battery is running low. So we were not there a few years back, and now we have started manufacturing. But this is primarily the mobile phones. You may be knowing that Government of India launched PLI scheme. Under PLI scheme, this mobile manufacturing is happening, and therefore we find space here. But in terms of design, in terms of the equipment design, we are still far off. We are not at all there, and there's a right time for this country. I think the young minds are there. I think the India doesn't have any dearth of talent. I think we have wonderful talent, but this talent is primarily used by the companies abroad. The complete IP is created here. IP goes back to those countries, and then it is sold to different parts of the world. And therefore, government has launched many schemes to see that there is no limitation on the fund. There is no shortage of funds, because we have the talent. I think we can create many IPs here. Look at our telecom exports. Our telecom exports have definitely grown up heavily. But if you really see that it is primarily funded, primarily coming from the mobile phone export. You may be aware that we are, manufacturing billions of dollars phones here. 99% of the consumption of the phone market is from the India itself. Earlier, we used to import all these phones. Now, 99.5% of the internal demand is met by India itself. And apart from that, we are also exporting it. But in terms of the equipment we are hardly there. And therefore, the young minds here, I encourage you to actually get into joining Indian companies. Again, wherever I go, I always request them, please join India company. If unless until we have technological excellence, we can never become Viksit Bharat. The dream of becoming Viksit Bharat goes through the technological excellence, and technological excellence comes in holding the IP, and the IP can come if you join Indian companies. Because what is happening currently, the total talent of India, we have wonderful talent, is all appropriated by the multinationals, and finally the same 1 rupee product comes back to 10 rupee or 100 rupees back to India. So I encourage all the young minds here to really consider Indian companies to and contribute to the research. Now, I'll talk about why is that we need technologies in India. You know that during wars, many of the technology, telecom networks can be brought down. If telecom comes down, your banking will come down, your hospital will come down, your power systems will come down. So breaking telecom is, during the war, this is the first target that we break the telecom. And therefore, it is very necessary that, we take care of the risk of the foreign technology and make our own indigenous technology in terms of supply chain, economic outflow, technological lock-in, the long-term costs. But the biggest thing is the security. The biggest out of all, I will say that if I ignore all other aspects, the security is the most important. If your telecom network is brought down, then everything will be crippled. You know that small bug in the airport creates the havoc, and the flights are delayed. Just think of if the network goes down, what will happen? Your hospitals will not be able to function, your airports will be function, your power system will not function, and therefore there is a lot of requirement that we make our own network, we develop our own network and have full control on the technology. We also have the strategic, advantage. We can bring down the cost, and there is a lot of market potential in terms of job creation and having control in the technology. And we have the best brains. I think India is very well known for the best brains because many of the developed economies are also running on Indian brains. The Indian brains now, our Honorable Prime Minister has been saying that we should enable the ecosystem in such a manner that this brain actually powers India's future. So, how do you get into the leadership position? First is the invest in R&D infrastructure, and therefore, a lot of these center of excellences are getting formed, and we are also opening a lot of center of excellences in IITs. We have opened in IIT Kanpur, and so like that, we are opening in many of the IITs the excellence center, so that there is a very good, bridge between the academic community and the user community. So one of the key example of this particular success is the 4G, 5G, what we have developed for the country. The National Quantum Mission has been formed again to get lead into the quantum systems. There are a lot many schemes which Government of India has come in terms of funding. Various schemes are there, so that earlier days, maybe even 15 years back, there were hardly any opportunities for such things. But today, there are a lot many opportunities exist that can be tapped by the academic community also. Some of the policy reforms what Government of India has done in terms of becoming Atmanirbhar Bharat, production linked incentive scheme, PLI scheme, and DLI scheme. There are two schemes of Government of India which actually promote the manufacturing in India, because that is also very important item. So you may be aware that one of the key benefit is in the mobile phone production. Today, I said 99.5% of the Indian consumption of the mobile is happening from the mobile produced in India. Apart from, we are also exporting quite a bit. There have been the Research Development and Innovation Cell, RDI. Government of India has set up a RDSL under Ministry DST. The 1 lakh crore fund is available for tapping under IDEA scheme. We have ANRF. You may be aware. I think ANRF scheme. I think it is not listed down. Yeah, we have ANRF, wherein a lot of funding can happen. We have India Semiconductor Mission. We have schemes from MIT. We have India AI Mission. So there are a lot of schemes government of India has actually started to tap the talent here and to make the infrastructure and the ecosystem conducive for research and production in the country. So now I'll come back to CDOT. These are the general thing that what Government of India is doing. We were formed in 1984 and with a very good intention that time, that you may be aware that in 80s the technologies used to come from AT&Ts, Alcatels, and very key, very few suppliers. And the kind of demography we have, they had no small exchanges for rural India, and therefore CDOT was formed in 84. And it produced first technology, and I don't know how many young minds may not be aware of that. CDOT produced 128 line exchanges, 256 line exchanges, 512 line exchanges, 1K line exchanges, and 10K line exchanges. And they were deployed across the nation at that particular time. It was exported also very, very well. This saved a lot of money for the country. And these exchanges, I am very proud to say, the systems which were deployed in 90s are still working. The kind of technology Indian brain can make is very phenomenal. I think that's one of these technologies are exported to the foreign countries also. So now the 21 to present, I will definitely emphasize. See, the 4 key areas we are working in CDOT now: 4G, 5G, 6G, making our own technology. Are in our second vertical is the cyber security, because this is very important, because cyber, if you are not protecting your cyber space, I think the whole systems can be crippled down. The third, we are working on the AI, and where is artificial intelligence is a very, very powerful technology that can work. Then we also work on IoT. We work on unified communication, and some of these technologies I will go forward and discuss. So primarily, earlier we were doing many things. Now we have kind of done only 4 or 5 technology: mobile communication, telecom security, quantum secured communication, telecom application, and AI. So these are the 5 key verticals we have been working, and we'll be very happy to work with IIT Roorkee in any of these areas. Mobile 4G and 5G core, it is already deployed in BSNL. It is serving. Yesterday I was talking to professors here that this particular technology is already deployed in BSNL. It is serving 1.6 lakh radio base stations and serving 2.5 crore customers, generating a traffic or 4 to 5 petabyte per day. We have also developed our own radios, 4G and 5G radios. 4G radios and 5G radios have been developed by CDOT, and these are also being deployed in BSNL. 5G radio, 5G we are working. 5G we are working with the Open RAN, and 6G we are working with the industry, because one thing we have realized, our Honorable Prime Minister have been saying that without collaboration things cannot work, and therefore in a collaborative manner we are working, and we are working with many institutes to see that the total manpower, the total brain of India works together to develop these technologies. Telecom security is very, very important. I think security, tomorrow's wars will be all fought on cyber. Because if I can cripple your system, then none of your equipments will work. Therefore, we work for the country for cyber security. How do we do it? Basically, there are traffic probes which we have developed indigenously from 10G to 800G. At the gateway, we can look at each packet and identify which packets are actually malicious. And in a real time, we are able to see that what are the attacks coming into the country and how do you prevent it. We also have that the previous system, what I said was early warning. It only tells you where the attacks are coming. The second system, Trinetra, what we have developed is mitigation tool. You can actually mitigate it also. Once you have identified where the attacks are coming, the Trinetra tool of ours actually mitigates this. And this tool is a combination of, the early warning. The first early warning comes from the previous tool. And then we have all these UAM, EDRs, SIEM, SOAR, UBA, DLP, SABC, all these tools actually can mitigate mitigate the cyber attacks which is coming into the country. This is organization wide, and the previous one, the early warning, what I showed is it can monitor the whole country. We also have a tool called Trinetra 360, which can evaluate any organization's preparedness on cybersecurity. It generates a score for each organization. For example, if I have to run this for IIT Roorkee's website or whatever the URL you have, it will give you complete detail of your network, that where you are lacking, where the scores are less. So this tool has been very, very useful and is all fully AI based. It will also tell you the mitigation. This tool is only for evaluation. So it will also tell you the mitigation on that. So this kind of report it gives you for organization. If you see these bars, some of the bars are not 100%. So there we are, we have problems in that area, and it will tell you where the problems are there, and will also tell you what is the remedy. So it is fully AI-based tool. Yeah, in fact, I would encourage IIT Roorkee to use it. We'll give it free of cost. We also are working in a fraud management. I think you must be reading the news that there are not many frauds happening in this country, cyber frauds especially. And these guys are very, very highly technical guys, the people who are doing fraud. So therefore, we have developed a DIU, Digital Intelligence Unit. I don't know how many of you have been using sancharsati.gov.in. I don't know, any raise of hands? Only very few. So marketing is very poor. So sancharsati.gov.in is a platform which is a citizen-centric platform, and backend is the DIU, Digital Intelligence Platform. Through this platform, we collect a lot of data from the citizens. Citizens also get a lot of services from this. For example, using this platform, you can know that using your Aadhaar card, using your driving license, how many connections have been working in the system. So many times you will find that in your name there are connections working because we have already disconnected lakhs of connections using this. I mean, we don't disconnect, the customers themselves disconnect. So if you log into the system and it will give you an OTP and immediately tell you under your name how many connections are working. It's fully AI based. So without giving your Aadhaar card, without giving your driving license, can find out itself and find out that under your documents how many connections are working. The other good use case is if your phone is lost, it can track it. It can find out. So many of the phones are recovered using this platform. And some of the police departments are very, very smart who are doing maximum recoveries. I can name few of them, like for example, Karnataka, Telangana. I think they recover, they display during the press conferences thousands of phones which have been recovered using this particular tool. It also has a module called Chakshu. If you put a Sanchar Sati app in your mobile phone, whenever you get an SMS or WhatsApp or a call, you can report it it will pick up all the details automatically and comes to this Chakshu platform. And once it comes to Chakshu platform, we can actually take action in terms of disconnecting more numbers. For example, one SIM is reported. So we find out that SIM is working in which phone. That phone used what SIM. those SIMs used which phones. So like that, we disconnect. One particular complaint leads to disconnection of close to 500 connections and 500 phones. So we block the phones also from here. So we make the phones redundant. I mean, it won't work in the network anymore. One of the key success of this, I will definitely say FRI, the Financial Risk Indicator. This has been very useful. In fact, RBI has recently issued directions to the banks to use this FRI module. What does it do basically? Whenever using Chakshu, we get Chakshu as well as various platforms, we get the report on a particular number. So that number is classified as high risk number, medium risk number, or low risk number. So whenever you are making a transaction, for example, I am transferring money to somebody, and that number, which is somebody, happens to be high risk in this. So banks cross check. So even if you have done GPay, the money will not go because this will alert it. This is a high risk number, and therefore the transaction will be stopped. So a lot of money is being saved using this particular FRI because it identifies all. It is basically crowdsourced using AI. This is another very good example of in the fraud what was happening. There were a lot of SIM boxes in the country. Many of the areas people had installed SIM boxes, and using SIM boxes they used to make calls, and then they they will make 1,000 call and they bury the SIM. So we first, using our first system, we could crack them, and they kind of disappeared. Most of it got destroyed. Then they went outside the country, and they started doing spoofing of the calls. They can put any number. I can get call from my own number because that technology allows you to put any number in the incoming call. And this became very big headache. And in fact, Honorable Prime Minister told us, this has to be correct, taken care immediately. And therefore, this system is very complex. While the call is being set up to you, it at the gateway it examines whether the call is real call or is spoof call, and it is a real time. Within the calling time, it has to identify and cut the call if the call is spoof call. So we were able to block approximately 13 million to 15 million call a day. Those many calls were coming from outside the country, because inside the country, when we took the necessary steps, these people went outside. But I must say, these people also keep innovating. After this, they have started another new thing. So they started buying SIMs in some of the countries and making calls, because that they cannot detect. So that also, again, AI-based system has been put in place to identify the SIMs which are in the other countries and which are making fraud calls in the country. So we take up with the respective governments to disconnect those phones. This is one great example of identifying. So what was happening, that India has a law that you cannot have more than 6 or 9 connections in your name, personal name, if you are an individual, not corporate. So the fraudsters basically buy thousands of SIMs, 100 SIMs, 200 SIMs they will buy from the point of sale. And the point of sale also were hand in glove with them. So we developed a technology, AI-based technology, which itself can show up the same person. If you see, these are a photo of same person. So he becomes she, becomes mustache with turban, all kind of different poses they give as to. But the technology is so sharp that whatever you do, it classifies the same. It is the same person, and therefore, for example, this particular thing, 2013 SIMs in 100 names with fourth identity. So we are able to identify these particular people and get, we disconnect these phones. I think maybe 7 to 8 million connections have been disconnected using this. And it also led us to the point of sales who are selling these connections, because once I control these connections, I also know what is the point of sale. And then we, blacklisted 70,000 point of sales into this. So many FIRs have also happened. Another very key important area is quantum communication. The quantum communication today, the state of quantum today is what was semiconductor in 1950. What it means, that there are a lot of scope for us as in India. So two technologies, definitely India has a big scope. One is 6G, because 6G we have started early, and quantum, because these technologies are just emerging. So quantum actually, you know that once quantum computers comes, the current level of encryption, whatever we are using, 128-bit or 256-bit quantum encryption, will be broken by the quantum computers, and therefore you need a new mechanism of protecting, and that can happen through the quantum communication. In that, we have two branches. In quantum, we have two branches. One is physics-based, which is called quantum key distribution. One is maths-based, that what we call is PQC, post-quantum cryptography. So both the branches are functioning, and both the research is happening in a big way. And I'm sure IIT Roorkee also must be working in quantum communication. It holds a big field, and it also has a lot of promise for India to excel in this field, because till now we have been the consumer of the technology. Here in 6G and the quantum communication, we hold a very good potential to be a global supplier for the rest of the world. So these quantum communications, the system which VCDOT has developed are based on COW and DPS protocol. Then there are variations of quantum key distribution technology like CVQKD, MDI QKD, multiplex QKD. So there are many technologies which are being developed, and we'll be very happy to closely collaborate with IIT Roorkee in developing the quantum systems. We have also developed QKD relay node, because the quantum systems can work only 120 to 130 kilometers. So every 130 kilometer you need a relay node. And now there is a potential. I was talking to the professors yesterday. I was saying that academics may not be able to, because they have their different KPIs. They have to do academic teaching, research papers. So productization may not be the priority. But the foundational technologies, I think academics are very good. And therefore, there are a lot of foundational technologies we can source from the IITs, which can form the basis of the indigenization. For example, in QKD, we could bring the cost from 1.5 CR to 60 lakh by developing our own components, like single photon detector, CDOT has developed, RF driver we has developed, intensity and phase modulators we have developed. EVE simulator also we have developed, because we can find that whether the system what we have developed is actually good enough, because the EVE simulator can make attacks and see that your system is able to block it. These are our live systems, Alice and Bob system. These are production-based system. They are already working, and I think we have supplied it to some universities also. We have supplied to IIT Chennai. We have supplied to NSUT, DY Patil, JSIT. So many universities have taken. I am not sure whether our quantum lab here in IIT Roorkee has or not. Otherwise, we'll be very happy to set up a quantum lab here, which can actually do a lot of experiment. I know in Professor Anirban Pathak, I can quote, he was the first to take the system from us, and he has published so many papers doing a lot of experiments in quantum. So these are various versions of the quantum system. The below version is the MDI QKD, where we bring one more node, Charlie node, so that the side channel attacks can be taken care by the third node. The second branch, which I said is the physics maths base, is the PQC, post quantum cryptography. If you see the black box is the PQC encryptor. You can use, for example, you want to communicate from this campus to Saharanpur campus. So one box you put in this, and one box you put in Saharanpur. All your communication will be quantum safe. The below box is for army, the services, because they have very stringent requirement of safety, security. If you see the box which we have developed for military down, it doesn't have any fan, it doesn't have any hole. Even if you touch it, the keys get destroyed. So because it should be fully tamper proof. And I would encourage young minds to actually, look at the quantum technology, because this will hold a big future for the globe. Because many countries have taken initiatives to migrate into quantum, because the current encryption, all your banking transactions, all will become waste once the quantum computers come. This is our quantum phone, where the black box I was showing is built inside. So it's a video IP phone. The black box is also inside this video IP phone. And this is based on NIST FIPS 203. This is being deployed in the government. So now I will come back to the telecom applications. we do only applications which are, commercially people are not doing. We don't do any other application because none of the mill applications we don't do. One of the key applications which we have delivered to this country is the disaster management platform, which is already operational in all 36 states and UTs. I don't know how many of you ever got any SMS that rain will happen or avalanche will happen or snow will happen or flood will happen. That comes from the platform which we have supplied to NDMA. And it has already, the scale I can tell you, it has already handled 35 plus 3,500 events and generated 117 billion SMSs to the citizens till now. And this has been very, very helpful in saving lives and the property in the country. Now, one more new technology has come, which is called cell broadcast. With the first technology, gives you message through SMS, and sometimes SMS may get delayed because if you are dealing with a large population, for example, if I have to alert whole of UP, that during disaster it won't happen, but during emergencies it can happen. So SMS sometime may lead to delay, and therefore the new technology has come, which is called cell broadcast technology, wherein instead of sending the message through SMS, you broadcast it through the towers. So whole of India, we can 140, 1.2 billion customers we can reach out within 10 seconds using this technology. You just type the message and say deliver it. It will go to the complete, and it is geo-fence technology. Geo-fence means it will go only in that area which is of interest. For example, if the flood is coming in some area, so it will, using AI, it will mark only that area people will get the message. Cyclone, for example, it has been very big use of this has been done in cyclones, wherein if the cyclone is hitting at the coastal area like Odisha or Andhra Pradesh, only that particular belt will get that message, pre, during and post disaster. And I'm happy to report that this technology got a UN award in last year, 2024. And the previous one, which I was showing, the AI-based fraud detection, that got UN award this year in Geneva, 7th of July. So these two technologies have received UN award. This is our primarily for strategic agencies, WhatsApp equivalent. In fact, we supply this to strategic agencies, and strategic agencies use this because you know that if the foreign, whatever we take, the technologies are prone to, even though we say it is end-to-end encryption, but there are ways to get into that, and therefore India needs to have its own technology, and the CDOT has developed both Samvad and Prime. Prime is basically we take care of hardware also. So your phone also can be hacked. Your phone can be hacked. So in Prime, we take care of the hardware as well as the software. In Samvad, it is only the software part. In the Prime, we take care of hardware also. VC, of course, it is all free tools nowadays, but the Army uses our VC because these are very safe to host. It is certified by Army Cyber Wing, and we have our own VC for strategic agencies. Mission critical application, what we have developed is for, if you know the walkie-talkies are there in the market. Walkie-talkies are different technologies, but what happens, walkie-talkies have limited range. Suppose you have walkie-talkie in Roorkee University, so they will, the range will be limited to the antenna, and therefore new technology has come wherein the 4G 5G technology can be converted into walkie-talkie technology. Today my phone can become a walkie-talkie and it has no limitation of range. So one walkie-talkie may sit in Roorkee University here, one walkie-talkie may be in Saharanpur. So that this technology allows that, and there is a mission critical application. It has immense potential for, replacing these technologies for first responders, maybe for police, maybe for fire, maybe for emergencies, and this for railways. So Government of India is already setting up a PPDR, Public Protection and Disaster Relief System, where this technology is going. NMS, I won't say much because this is for network management. Today, for example, BharatNet, where we maintain 6 lakh villages database is monitored by through this NMS. I can track up to the village what is happening in the village, what data is going, whether your battery is functioning, whether a solar power is functioning. So complete control you can have on your mobile of 6 lakh villages. Finally, this I will just pass by because this is hardware product. We also develop various kind of routers and ONTs, OLTs, which is already working in the Indian telecom network. And some of the routers work in the these routers work in the defense. The commercial market is not much yet, but I think soon. But in the strategic sector, these routers work, and all our cyber security, we use our own routers. Some of the collaborative, because we know that alone we cannot do the research. So therefore, collaboration is a very key requirement of developing the R&D. We have scheme CCRP, C. Collaborative Research Program, wherein we fund the projects which are in the domain of telecom and cyber security. We have funded, for example, we have funded two startups 75 crore each for making the 5G radios. So various challenges we keep posting in CCRP portal, where we invite the students, the faculty to actually bid for that, and we fund fully. We give complete access to the tools and testers. We give complete access to the mentorship for the students. We have another scheme called COI, Center of Innovation. We onboard startups. So any student want to set up a startup, you are welcome. We'll provide you space in our place free of cost. We'll give you complete access to our labs free of cost, and we will also fund you for developing your technology. So you can, students who are wanting to set up a startup are very welcome to join our COI program. TTDF, we are the implementing agency for the government. It is 1,000 crore fund. I think some of the projects have been taken by Roorkee, although I was talking to Professor Manhas that the sum is very less compared to what we have been giving to many IITs. I think we should scale it up. Some of the project I will, we currently under our TTDF scheme in IIT Roorkee, we have 11 projects of 19 crore. We have already disbursed 15 crore in that. And these are some of the projects. Professor Nagendra Pathak Sahab, Dr. Karun Rawat ji, Dr. Vikant Sharma, Dr. Bipin Sarkar, Dr. Darshak Bhatt. And these are the 11 projects what we are actually working with IIT Roorkee. And I encourage the students and the PhD scholars and the faculty to submit more proposals. Now, TTDF earlier we used to call for proposals. So now going forward, we are making it 365, 24/7 window. So you can set up, you can put up your proposal at any point of time. So that you don't have to wait for call for proposal. If the idea is good, I think funding is not at all a problem. We have been, some of our recent awards. I think two very key awards, I would say UN awards, what we got. This year we got for AI on 7th of July in Geneva. And last year we got for our cell broadcast technology in Geneva. We got Pathbreaker of the award by Voice and Data. We got Telecom Person of the award by Voice and Data. We got Deen Dayal Upadhyay award by Ministry of Communication. So rest is I won't say, but I will definitely read up the last line. The Hat-Trick Award. In one of the Graham Well Award, we won three awards in that category, and one of the award out of three we shared with Google. I think the AI award actually was jointly given to Google and C. So these are. So now I'll touch upon 5 minutes for 6G, which I think a lot of 6G research is happening here. 5G, although it has delivered something, but there are a lot of gaps which 5G could not deliver. There are multiple gaps in 5G which are being taken care in 6G. And therefore 6G, all these odd Gs have delivered better. 2G delivered better, then 3G was a little less, 4G delivered quite a bit. Now 5G, there are some unmet promises. This will be taken care in 6G. 6G, the green part is what we have taken from the 5G, but we will give a better performance in terms of, for example, if you say security and resilience, reliability will be scaled up, latency will come down, mobility will increase, connection density will increase. So these green parts are 5G era, but with the improved performance. The blue part is the new what is coming in 6G. Especially, I think one or two credit goes to India. Like for example, ubiquitous coverage was promoted by India and got accepted. So first time ever we got contribution into ITU, which went into the functional requirement. So ubiquitous coverage, network sensing capability. I think this field holds immense potential. There are a lot of research can be taken up at IIT Roorkee network sensing, because this is a very new field and lot many applications will come. AI till now has been outside the system. Now 6G will have native AI. Everything will be based on AI. Sustainability, again, it is India's contribution. We that whatever we do should be sustainable, interoperable in terms of various kind of networks. Today we have satellite networks, we have various kind of networks. In 6G, all these networks will be one part. So all heterogeneous networks will be under 6G umbrella, and they will be interoperable. The positioning will be another one. The positioning will come new in 6G. As I said, it is the integration of networks, all kind of networks, whether it is 4G, 5G, internet, satellite, IoT, all network will be part of 6G. So you don't have to set up separate network. 6G will encompass all kind of networks. Some of the by 2030, some of the use cases will be very which is already, I think some demos are already happening. Holographic communication. And now I can talk to you in using hologram. Healthcare will become very modern using 6G, because latencies are very less. You can perform robotic operations. You're sitting somewhere else. Doctor could be in Chicago, and the operation may happen in Roorkee. Robots will be very efficient using 6G technology. Autonomous transportation will become very common. Immersive education and training, many things will be studied using AR VR in 6G era. Industrial automation, lot many things are happening with 5G in terms of industry 4.0, but using 6G, I think this will be scaled up. In terms of, you see, we have set up a target for ourselves that 10% of the IPRs should come from India. That's what Honorable Prime Minister has told us, that the country should produce 10% IPR. So we have started a move, along with the industry and the academia, but still we are quite behind, and I think there is a need to catch up. A lot of it depends upon the academic institutions to file patent. I am sure the kind of projects IIT Roorkee is doing, some of the patents should be filed from IIT Roorkee and all the academics, so that we meet up the requirement of 10% IPR, which Honorable Prime Minister set up for us. There are major 6G alliances. As I said, in 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, we were missing. We took lead in 4G. We did 4G for the country. We did 5G for the country. But we want to lead in the 6G. The India wants to lead in 6G. We don't want to be laggard. We want to lead. And therefore, the Bharat 6G Alliance has been formed. And we have partnership with most of these other alliances, so that we, we also have a lot of say in the international way. Because till now, what was happening, that whatever standards, even though we are one of the largest market in telecom, but we had no say in the standard making body. We do not have enough SEPs, standard essential patent, and therefore I think if the academia, startups, industry, and the R&D institutions come together, I think this goal is not very far from us. Honorable Prime Minister has launched Bharat 6G Vision. Under this, we said that we will do 10% IPR, and we have already funded 111 projects in 6G, and more were recently sanctioned. I think some 20 projects were recently sanctioned. So in conclusion, I can say that there are a lot of opportunity for all of us together, and especially I will request the young minds to contribute to the national development by joining Indian companies, because if you do work for foreign companies, MNCs, definitely you might get more money, but if you do for India, I think the next generation, the aim of or the call of Honorable Prime Minister to become Viksit Bharat by 2047 is definitely in your hands, and with your contribution, I think we can do lot many things. I would also take opportunity to inform, I don't know whether I said it earlier or not, we have two schemes. One is PhD scheme, where we fund for 5 years 50,000 rupees per month to the student. I think one PhD student is utilizing the this facility from IIT Roorkee. I encourage more PhD students to file for that. We have 20 vacancies, 20 PhD scholarship, where we fund for 5 years. We not only fund that scholarship, we will also be contributing to the research. That funding will be separate. This is the scholarship part. The other scheme we have is for BTech and MTech students. We offer internship. Again, we pay 50,000 per month, so that internship can go from 3 months to 1 year, and we provide complete space, sitting space, lab space, as well as access to tool, all our tools, and mentorship. Whatever our scientists are working, they will work along with the students. So I encourage the IIT Roorkee to take advantage of these two schemes. So this is what, and thank you for giving me this opportunity for making this talk. And any questions, I'll be very happy to answer. Any questions, if you have? So and only two conclusions can be made. Either you did not get anything, or you or you got everything.
What is the state of India in satellite internet service? SpaceX is going to bring.
What is the
State of India in satellite internet service that SpaceX is going to bring?
See, I as you know that Government of India has a scheme of Universal Service Obligation Fund. Why I'm saying this background, why I'm giving, because the cities and towns are very well covered by private operators. If you go to rural, the coverage of private operators is less. BSNL has been filling some of the gap. Government of India recently, last year or last year, launched a scheme called 4G saturation scheme, which is 30,000 crore project, that all the villages which did not get 4G coverage will be getting 4G coverage, and this work is awarded to BSNL. So, as far as the Government of India is concerned, they have taken all the actions to see that the at least 4G technology goes to each of the population of this country. Now there could be gaps in terms of coverage, and these satellite are the complementary technologies. I will say it is like quite complementary to each other. They are not substitute to each other. In terms of cost, currently satellite technologies are more. In terms of the spectrum, what you can have from the satellite is limited. Therefore the capacity is quite limited. So these will be a welcome technology as far as the consumer choice is concerned, because consumers, wherever they are, because we are all fortunate people, we stay in cities, we have got multiple connections, multiple operators, but there are many areas where there is no coverage. Therefore, the SpaceX or OneWeb kind of technologies will be a complementary one, which will help. It's also happens. For example, you need sometime broadband connection at home. Fiber is not coming, cable is not coming. How do you get it? So one way could be FWA. Suppose FWA is not there. The other way is getting satellite connection. So I will say this is a welcome move for the consumer choice, and it will be complementary to what mobile operators are already offering, because the capacity what mobile networks can do cannot be done by the satellite. So thank you so much for patient listening, and I wish that I come back again, because I took 37 years to come to Roorkee. Now my visit will be more frequent because we have set up a center of excellence here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the insightful and enriching lecture. We now invite Professor Sanjeev Manhas for the felicitation of Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay and the presentation of the memento.
इसको बंद कर दो।
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for inviting. Small open process.
Now we would like to present a small token of appreciation to our guest members. So I would like to call Professor Meenakshi Rawat ma'am to give a token of appreciation to Miss Alka ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We invite Professor Nagendra Pathak sir to give a token of appreciation to Dr. Hari Prasad. We invite Professor Karun Rawat sir to give a token of appreciation to Mr. Lakshmaya. We invite Professor Ekant Sharma to give a token of appreciation to Miss Reema Chopra ma'am. Thank you, sir. As we approach the conclusion of this formal session, we call upon Professor Sanjeev Manhas to deliver the vote of thanks.
So hello everybody, and it's indeed my great pleasure to read out or to say a word of thanks for this particular event. And I'm really very glad and privileged to deliver this vote of thanks on this special occasion, the A.K. Kamal Memorial Lecture, which is held in honor of the visionary founder of our department. Today, we not only celebrated distinguished academic event, but also paid our tribute to a person who dedicated his career, intellect, and his pioneering spirit, which laid the foundation of this department. We also take this opportunity to gratefully acknowledge the hard work, dedication, and contributions of all faculty members. Their tireless efforts have shaped the identity of this department and set high academic and research standards, and given all of us a platform from which we can take this department to even greater heights. On the behalf of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, IIT Roorkee, I extend my deepest gratitude to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay, for delivering an enlightening and thought-provoking lecture on building indigenous communication technologies for Viksit Bharat. Your insights highlighted the immense potential of homegrown innovation and underscored the critical role of academia and research institutions that they must play in India's journey toward technological self-reliance and global leadership. I also convey my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Upadhyay and all CDOT team, Ms. Alka Sharma, Scientist F, Mr. Hari Prasad, Scientist G, Mr. Lakshmiya, Scientist F, and Ms. Reema Chopra, Manager Corporate Communication, for visiting IIT Roorkee to launch CDOT Center of Excellence in Telecom, R&D, Innovation and Skilling. Equally important, I also sincerely thank the Director of IIT Roorkee, Professor K.K. Pant, for gracing the occasion to launch the CDOT CUE and for his contribution, leadership, and support under whose guidance we have been able to make significant strides in academic and research. The partnership between IIT Roorkee and CDOT marks a truly significant milestone for our institute. CDOT has long been the forerunner of India's telecom evolution, and joining hands with such an institution open up new avenues for national impact. The technology landscape of coming decade, which is shaped by 6G advancements, cybersecurity, AI native network, quantum communications, open RAN architecture, and non-terrestrial network, and also visionary initiatives like 6G mission and indigenous 6G testbeds, standards, and protocols demand a strong collaboration between research, industries, and R&D houses. Through this Center of Excellence, we embark on a shared mission to push the boundaries of research, nurture innovation, strengthen indigenous capabilities in communication, networking, and technologies. This partnership promises to enhance industry-academia integration and create meaningful opportunities for our students, scholars, researchers, and wider scientific community. We are excited about the journey ahead, and we look forward to a long-lasting, impactful, and mutually rewarding association between IIT Roorkee and CDOT. I also express my sincere gratitude to Professor Vivek Malik, Dean R&D, for accepting our invitation to be present in this event. My sincere thanks to all my faculty colleagues for their diligent work and joining us today to make this event memorable and forward-looking. I would also like to acknowledge the unflagging effort of our volunteers, students, and department staff whose dedication helped make this event a grand success. Finally, I extend my appreciation to various support teams of the Institute, the Dean Alumni Affairs for their support, EICT Academy IIT Roorkee for helping to live stream this talk, and Head of Bioscience and Bioengineering Department and Auditorium staff for their arrangement, as well as also Media Cell for providing coverage of the event. I also invite faculty members and the students to please attend lecture demo talk by Dr. Hari Prasad on 5G RAN technologies in ECE conference room in the afternoon. Thank you all for being part of today's program and for contributing to its success. Thank you.
Thank you all, our distinguished speaker, esteemed guests, and dear students for joining us and making this guest lecture a meaningful and inspiring session. Thank you.